What's up, y'all? It's 11:40 where I'm at. Um, and whatnot. So I I gotta clock in at 12. Normally I clock in and out 5 minutes prior. So technically I got like 15-ish minutes. But I would like I would like to get some people to tune in and stuff. So I can be able to, you know, ask people questions and stuff and whatnot. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys seen my previous YouTube video or broadcast or whatever you want to call it. Uh, but you know, this is kind of a runoff on the previous one. So I was wondering why why are the situations, difficulties, or what have you, are there in life different from being a single person and somebody in a relationship? Uh, all I'm looking for is opinions, thoughts, or maybe even advice or what have you, you know, uh, and whatnot. So, you know, I noticed being a single man and all that. I'm used to certain things in life, like because I've experienced homelessness about three times in my life, and whatnot. So, with that kind of an experience in my life, I know what I can live and live without. I'm happy and appreciative with the clothes on my back, with food in my stomach, and a nice warm bed to sleep in, with a bathroom and a shower nearby. I'm happy. I don't want no fancy rich car that I gotta work my butt off to earn. Uh, I'm happy with a beat down car that, is tossing smoke out of the tailpipe, and you gotta constantly fix a flat in the tires, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, I prefer to have better in life, but it's like I'm not gonna kill myself to uh, to uh, to get the stuff I want. Like there's two times in my whole life that I've ever had a place to myself to where I had to pay the bills. Uh, Currently now with the apartment that I have and stuff, and a trailer in this trailer park some years back, which was originally in my mother's name, but when she moved, I took over the bills and stuff. So, you know, like back then when I took over my mother's bills on my mother's trailer back then. It wasn't hers; she was just renting and stuff. But it's one of those things where it's like it it fell in my lap. So I already had a time that was giving me 40 hours a week and stuff, and paid weekly. And I was also on food stamps then, so I was able to afford my bills and have money left over. Plus, on my food stamps, you know, with I had to buy groceries occasionally with cash and stuff, but most of the time my food stamps was sufficient enough. I was getting 200 a month then, and stretch for most, if not the whole month. and whatnot. So it's like, you know, I didn't have anything fancy then. Uh, you know, um, but yeah, it's like, you know, for me, you know, when it comes to living in a place of my own, you know, I'm happy with just like a couch, a TV with a VCR connected to it, and maybe a game system, and a bed mattress. Doesn't even have to have a box spring and frame to sit on. I'm happy, you know. I'm even happy sleeping on the floor, you know. And you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Until I forgot it, like mid 20s, or you know, fucking like, you know, I pretty much had it easy, and I had all the stuff that I wanted, and wish I could, wish, or, happy, that I had it all, and you know, back then in my late, uh, uh, back in my early adulthood, like after high school and stuff, um, you know, I had DirecTV. I wasn't paying the bills or anything, but I had TV in my room, hooked up to my TV with a PlayStation, and I had a mini fridge and a microwave in my closet. I practically lived in my room. The only time I came out of my room was to use the bathroom or go hang out with people, or whatnot. And you know I didn't have to worry about things. And then when I started having to live life on my own, uh, you know, that's what helped me figure out, you know, what's in. It kind of had an influence on helping me figure out what I really truly needed and wanted in life. But yet it was still kind of twisted because I've never experienced hardship without anything. And then, uh, and then back in what was it, 2014, I believe, maybe 2014, somewhere in 2013, 2014. That's when I first experienced being homeless, and this was back in Arizona, and whatnot. So I learned, my eyes were opened up, if you will, if you can catch my drift on that. Uh, about life in general. About people, about what's truly wanted and needed in life, and whatnot. Uh, you know, when it comes to people, being a homeless man, or a homeless person, uh, you know, with your blood relatives, you figure out the people that are actual family and the people that just say that they're family, you know. And then, and when it comes to non-blood related people that you come across through life and whatnot, uh, it's like I mean, yeah, in that field you find out who are suitable to become family members, if not already family, and And then you also learn and figure out who the assholes, excuse my French, the not so good people to be with, or hang around with, or what have you. You know, and even through your hardships in life, like being homeless or losing a loved one or whatever, your mind kind of goes through that speed bump-ish way of thinking, and all that, and you do the best you can to get back up on, like being homeless. You do the best you can to survive while trying to find avenues to get back up on your feet. And all that. So it's like, you know, like uh, like like my friend Katrina, my first time being homeless. Uh, not exactly my first time. Well, no, let me backtrack. My first time being homeless, it was a church friend of mine that happened to be a deacon at a church in Glendale, Arizona, and my friend Andrew at the same time during that period, and his family helped me because, yes, I had to, try to survive and struggle with being homeless and trying to feed myself and stuff. And while being homeless, I flew signs like any other typical homeless person or whatever. But my sign was that I flew was "We'll work for cash." And when people see that, they see that you're trying. So more people are willing to help you, even if they don't have work for you to do. They are more willing to help you with that. With you know food or money if you need it, or clothing or blankets or uh, uh, toiletries like toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever, you know, and whatnot. So my church, while I was talking to my church friend, it's like, um, you know, he did the best he can to look out for me and pray over me and guide me in directions that may help, and all that. So, um, um, and at the same time, while I was keeping him updated, I'll be talking with my friend Andrew to see about possibly help with having a place to. My friend Andrew. Let me backtrack. My first time homeless was all in Phoenix, Arizona, and my friend Andrew lived in Tucson, Arizona, with his family, with his parents, and my church friend is from Glendale, so it was a big, trying to organize something to get me back up on my feet. Sorry to let you, but I'm going to be cutting this short, so you're not going to get the full story. I can always update everybody or do another broadcast later. I'm out of service right now, so I'm using Wi-Fi. So, but back to the story, prayers were answered. I talked to my friend Andrew. His dad does construction and had a place for me to go to. So I got that in motion with praying and whatnot and you know and I managed to get my hands on that job through his father because he runs and owns the business. I had a place to stay, and I also was I also bought a pickup truck from them while I was working for them and working Burger King and scrap metaling on the side, and all that. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm at the beginning stages of getting back up on my feet. And after I got done buying the truck and getting some money saved and whatnot, I managed to go back home, which is Black Canyon City, which is right outside of the county line from Phoenix, which is Maricopa County, where I call home is in Yavapai County. So, and I tried getting back up on my feet there, just continue staying up on my feet, but that turned out to my second time being homeless. And that's when, so I went back down to Phoenix and started all over again and contacted my friend Katrina, asking her about resources of places that I can stay and that will help me. So that's when she hooked me up with information for the Phoenix Rescue Mission. So I went there and got into their work program where they provided me with a bed, showers, laundry, what have you, and all that. So they also helped me with my resume, job searching, and that's how I got work at the Cheesecake Factory in downtown Phoenix, and all that. So it's like, um, so I managed to get back up on my feet with a job there, and then somewhere along the way, I lost my job at the Cheesecake Factory, and the Phoenix Rescue Mission kicked me out for some weird reason. So I was back on the streets, and I stayed at another shelter about a couple miles up the road, down the road from the mission, and they had they were all right, but had no resource, no help, no helping hands to help boot me up. So I met a old married couple, which brought me out here to Colorado, because Colorado is the best heart transplant state in this country, and the lady happens to have heart failure, so that's why we came out here. And yeah, I gotta. Sorry, cut it short, but I gotta clock here in here. Uh, I'll continue this some other time, but please stay tuned. But feel free to uh, comment, ask questions, whatever. Uh, but peace out, and oh yeah, please check out my 420 page. I have the link to it in the description under this video. So please go check it out. If you're interested, please join. Peace out and stay safe medicating.